The 360 changed my life.
It's so important to have these games.
I used to get bullied quite a lot at school, so Xbox was that one place I could find peace.
As time goes on, the Xbox 360 is inevitably getting older and older, marking its 20th birthday this year. And even though some people still play it in 2025, you start to wonder, is it out of genuine love or hopeless habit? Does this era still hold any real meaning? Or are they just holding on to the past because nothing feels the same anymore? So once again, I plugged in my old headset, cracked open a crispy drink, and hopped into these public lobbies where I spoke to a handful of gamers about the golden days. And just like last time, I reached out to some content creators to get their input on this entire gaming era to get more of a deeper dive. So grab a snack and get comfy because we're about to hear from the last real Xbox 360 players, the ones keeping this entire era alive.
Hit that like and subscribe button, or I may have to quickscope you.
Alright, so just like last time, the conversations will only be getting better and better as the video progresses. And right off the bat, something rare and totally unexpected happened. Because what are the odds I'd find two people in the same lobby on this dead game with working mics? Alright, let's try some Uno. One of my favorite Xbox 360 arcade games of all time. Smooth.
Just like a silka.
Just like a silk that nobody is playing. Come on, somebody play Uno. Try to get to know you, feel me? Yo, wait a minute. I just joined two people and it's taking a minute because I think it's a DLC. Holy crap, it's been long enough. 2 weeks trying to find people. Hopefully they want to get interviewed. Wow, let's go. THPS2X and Basileiro. Yo. Wagwan.
Yo.
Hey, what's up, bro?
What's good, bro? How's life and stuff? I'm a pretty big fan of your videos.
Yo, appreciate you, man. I've been trying to find someone on this for the longest time.
I don't know how to respond to this. Yeah, me and this one guy just wanted to play like this game randomly.
W, bro.
Bro, I don't know if I should feel humbled or not. Bro, I'm using the fucking Kinect mic and it's like so bad. I don't have a real headset.
Yo, honestly, I'm trying to make a video right now. I'm trying to go around interviewing Xbox 360 players and stuff.
No word.
I used to play this digitally since like 2012, I believe, or 2011.
I think it's like the only version of Uno I really play, because like the 360 is my main console. So like,
Yeah, same here.
yesterday at school, bro, these people were calling me an old man because like all I play is these types of games. But yeah, what do you think, Cobatine?
Oh, no, I was saying if you guys would be down to get interviewed. It's up to you guys,
I
though.
want to be interviewed, sure.
W.
Yo.
Yo, what's up, THP? As of right now, do you play more older or newer games?
Definitely older.
Is it more than just nostalgia, or?
Oh yeah, definitely. Everything just like works. There's no need to deal with like day one updates or anything.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it. The games just come out and they work.
Exactly. Like you don't have to wait hours on the dashboard to update like 6-7 gigabyte update these days.
Yeah, like I don't mind microtransactions if it's like DLC for maps and stuff like in the COD games. But nowadays with all the updates, it's like, dude, I don't have enough space.
Yeah, exactly. Or time. Half of the time back in the day, I would come home from work and I would want to play Modern Warfare 2019 or some shit, even Fortnite. And dude, I would not be able to play it because I would come home to a fat update.
Yeah.
I guess that's modern gaming in a nutshell. Does the Xbox 360 itself and the games mean anything significant to you?
I don't know how to explain it. Honestly, I could care less for like the 360 and whatnot. Like that whole generation. But there are like great games on it, don't get me wrong. But the reason I stick with the 360 is I love soldering. So, and being able to hack them and even easier now than they were like 3-4 years ago is legendary.
That's dope. So you have like a passion for soldering, like opening consoles and just hard modding them.
It's definitely part of my autism. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, it's fair enough that you know, not everyone cares about the 360. You know, it's to each their own. But I do believe everyone that's played these games at least a couple times, you know, they definitely hold some sort of like sticky value. You know, like compared to modern gaming.
Yeah, 100%.
If you could stay in one era of gaming forever, would you pick either the 80s/90s era, the 2000s slash beginning 2010s era, or stick to where gaming is at today?
Honestly, I'd probably stick if I could do like the 90s, 2000s. That's perfect right there.
Oh, that's dope. Like PlayStation 1,
But
PS2.
if I could choose that era, I would.
Yeah.
So 99, that's like where all the Tony Hawk games started. And I love the Tony Hawk games so much. Like from Pro Skater 1 all the way to American Wasteland. I put way too many hours in all those games.
Nice. Yeah, I played a lot of what's it called? Underground 2 on the Game Boy Advance countless of times. Yeah, in this day and age, I've been playing a lot of American Wasteland, especially since the bad update, popularity and all that.
Yeah. I got that copy for mine in like the last year of high school, so like 2018, 2019. I got a copy of it complete for like $10 on 360.
Jeez.
It was awesome. I was like, dude, this was way too good of a deal to pass.
Yeah.
GTA 5 was, like, I enjoyed it for what it was, particularly online with my friends. I never cared for the story for it.
Yeah, honestly, I was the same way. I just love the multiplayer.
I miss depressing storylines like ODST, GTA 4.
Yeah.
They just don't make them like they used to.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything's like depressing now, but it was like back then it was like, I don't know how to explain it. It was like depressing, but like in a you wouldn't expect it kind of way.
Yeah, like, I don't know if you played Call of Duty campaigns, you know, like Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3,
yeah.
you know? Those shockers. As a kid, it really, like, Call of Duty really stuck with me, like, playing the campaigns. I'm more of a multiplayer person, but those campaigns really, like, did something to me. I don't know.
I still gotta play through them, a good chunk of them.
Last question I wanted to ask was, does the Xbox 360 still matter in 2025? Or, like, does this era of gaming still matter in 2025?
Yeah, I would say the era of gaming is definitely still, like, to think about, 100%. I still think about it a lot, just like 7th gen in general. Especially with, like, the PS3 at the end. I think about it a lot, like Naughty Dog with Uncharted 3.
Yeah.
And, Last of Us. That really pushed the console. Stuff like that, they really understood the hardware at the end, and I love it. With the PS4 and the Xbox One, 8th gen and above, they're all just like lockdown computers. I don't really care. I miss when developers would have to pull cool tactics off to get stuff to run.
Yeah, I was never honestly a fan of the PlayStation 3, but it's definitely respectable, you know? Like, I'll always respect that era and what they did to the industry, to the world with their games, you know? Their exclusives, their uniqueness.
Yeah,
You know?
Uncharted, there was, what else was there? Jack and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
Like, all that. Parappa the Rapper, you can't forget that. They didn't have any on PS3, but it's like, yeah, that brings me back. Unjammer Lemme.
I think Sony was really generous back then because the PS3, still to this day, is completely free to play online, unlike the Xbox.
I don't think they were expecting it to get that big. I still remember that outage in 2011, though. I didn't have a PS3 at the time. I was on PSP only.
Oh, PSP.
And I just remember I meant to go to a friend's place. We were going to play over the internet, and he was like a couple of blocks away, and in hindsight, during that outage, I was like, why didn't I just walk over?
I started playing in 2011, but I don't think I experienced that outage. I remember when Lizard Squad was a big thing in 2014. That was scary.
It was. Thinking back on it.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I appreciate your time.
Words. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate you joining.
Yeah, of course, bro. Thanks for playing, man. I've been trying to find people, like I said, for the longest time. Appreciate you deciding to play this.
No problem.
Hell yeah. Now it's time to talk to the homie with the Kinect mic.
Yo, what's up?
Yo, what's up, Basil? Thanks for taking your time, bro, and playing Uno, man.
Yeah, I really like this port. I don't know how the other ports are, like the ones on Wii or something.
Yeah, this is my favorite port of all time. It just has something to it, like the music, the aura, the avatars displayed. Definitely, You don't see that in this day and age. First question I wanted to ask was, as of right now, do you play more older or newer games?
Definitely older games. I feel like people were just more creative back then with their games, like more creativity, more like freedom, definitely without a doubt. And like, I don't know, older games were just better, like less microtransactions and stuff, like less people getting ripped off.
Yeah.
Like obviously games, there were bad games back then, right? But like back then, for example, if like a football video game was bad or something, you would just like not buy it. But now when that's like the only thing on the market is EA Sports fucking Madden 25 and it's like a glitchy $70 piece of shit mess, I don't know how someone could really defend that.
Yeah. You know, that goes to me like with Call of Duty. I'm like a huge fan of Call of Duty, but like I don't understand how every year it somehow gets hackable, you know? It was hackable within the first month or two. I just don't understand how that's possible with like a $1 million company.
Yeah, like I think that not the developers, whoever manages the servers, I don't know if it's like Activision or like Microsoft themselves, but I think they're like really fucking lazy, which is also why I don't get why people have to, like, pay for online subscription services. Like, okay, think about, like, 2002 or whatever when Xbox Live just recently came out, you know? Stuff like Halo 2, Time Splitters, like, fucking NBA Live and stuff. Like, you know, that stuff was really cool, but at the same time, maybe it was, like, a little weird to charge, like, $50 a month on that shit, you know? And especially since Microsoft doesn't do shit about the servers, like, but now it's like every system you have to pay for online, like, not even my boys at Nintendo are safe. It's like,
Yeah,
they have, like,
tell me
this
about
paid
it.
online curse that, like, even though you already paid, like, how much for the console, you still have to, like, pay for online, which I think is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Honestly, when the marketplace shut down, they really should have just made online free as, like, a thank you message for it. I don't know if that would have been possible, but...
Because if the PS3 can have free servers since Kingdom Come, I don't see why the 360 can't just shift it for like the last couple years, you know?
Yeah, because it's pretty obvious the online servers, they'll probably shut down, like, they can shut down, like, right now, like, for all we know.
Does the Xbox 360 itself and the games mean anything significant to you? Or is it just a random piece of, like, equipment?
Without a doubt, you know, like, I've had this 360 for probably, like, the past 3 to 4 years. Like, I got it pre-modded. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube, but anyways,
That's all good.
Yeah, I've gotten it pre-modded, and, like, I've probably played it, like, every day.
Yeah, I've had a modded console for a couple years now. Yeah, I recommend everyone getting modded Xbox 360s. They're so convenient and definitely the wave in this day and age.
Way better.
If you could stay in one era of gaming forever, would you pick the 80s/90s era, 2000s/beginning 2010 era, or stick to where gaming is at today?
That is a pretty hard question, but probably the 2000s, 2010 era. It's like, so, like, microtransactions would become, like, less popular of a thing, and, like,
it was just simpler, not overloaded with,
yeah,
you know,
like,
spilling your money. Yeah. Last question I wanted to ask was, does the Xbox 360 still matter in 2025? Does this era of gaming still matter in 2025?
I think what's really good about the 360 is, like, it felt like more people were really experimental. You know, with stuff like indie games and stuff like that, with, like, your 360 indie games video, for example. Like, never in my life would I think Keemstar would be, like, producing a game before he, like, went to Drama Alert. It's like,
yeah,
that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, indie games, like, even just the aesthetic of them, I feel like they're just so, they really, like, give that 2000s energy, that vibe, you know? Like, homemade.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell it's genuine. You know, it might not be the best. It might not have the most content, but, like, you could definitely tell that the small developers truly cared about what they were trying to do, you know?
Yeah, I agree with that. And, like, it's definitely better compared to, like, a lot of the AI slop people put out now. Like, even if the game is bad, it feels better when, like, a human is forced to make a piece of shit compared to, like, if a robot's making it.
Exactly.
Obviously, there's some good modern games out there, but, like, every year it's, like, less and less. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. The only thing I'm kind of looking forward to is GTA 6, but even that, it's going to set the new age of modern gaming, like their prices. Already Nintendo's pushing their games to $90 American.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I heard about that. And they said something about, like, if you mod the console, they'll just, like, immediately brick it or something. It's like, you don't even own the shit. It's like, come on. I feel like gaming is definitely changing in, like, a worse way. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with, like, you know, the reliance of, like, online multiplayer in some type of way. Well, not online multiplayer, but, like, in terms of, like, everything needs to be downloaded through the internet, this through the internet, like...
I do believe, like, playing these older games is not necessarily, like, living in the past, but just appreciating and just doing what you like to do, which is playing better games on better consoles. You got better games at a better price, you know? And games like Uno, where, like, there's more personality, like the avatars. I see your avatar, like, you know, emoting really and all this.
Now,
exactly, you know? It's like everything's so bland and so, like, look, the Nintendo Switch 2, I would think they would at least have, like, an achievement system, a badge system, you know, a sense of progression, or at least a different, like, UI/dashboard to make it look a bit more lively.
Oh my God, right?
But it's copy and paste and just selling the same shit, in my opinion.
That's another thing. There's, like, no personality in that console because, you know why? Because the lack of menu music, okay? Like, when you go into the 360 avatar thing or whatever, the avatar editor, already you can hear the music just blaring, playing. You know, it gives you a sense of, like, I don't know the exact
Like comfort,
word, but-
like it's, I don't know, it's it feels like a gaming console rather than like, I don't know,
Yeah.
you're ordering through a McDonald's drive-through.
Literally. Actually, I bet if you probably ordered through a McDonald's drive-thru, they probably would have, like, more creativity than that bullshit, 'cause what the fuck? Like,
But Basil, I appreciate your time, man. Thanks for playing Uno on a random Friday afternoon.
right, dude, it was like my senior skip day, so, like, I'm about to graduate high school soon, so...
W, bro, congratulations, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Alrighty, next up, I interviewed 3 content creators within the Xbox 360 realm, where we compared this era to modern gaming and how important our gaming experiences truly mean to us. Alrighty, Mr. Once Faded, thank you for your time.
Yo, what's up, man? How you doing?
Doing Gucci, man. Your channel revolves around talking about various life topics while playing old Call of Duty games in Skate 3. So when you're not making a video, do you tend to play more older or newer games?
Definitely older games. I went through a phase where I was buying heaps of old Xbox 360 games, and I'm pretty much replaying every game that I haven't played. As of lately, I've been kind of busy, so I haven't been playing too much, but I definitely do play more older games than the new games. That's for sure.
Yeah, fair enough. Same here. Just recently, I've been playing Family Guy Back to the Multiverse, and
Great game.
various games I've never really played back in the day. But I don't know, there's just such a crazy, like, huge selection of games, even if they're old, to just pick up and start playing again, or for the first time ever.
Sure, and they feel like they have such soul, like games these days. I don't know what it is, but it feels kind of empty these days.
Yeah.
But games back then, man, all of them had like personality and source to their own.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Does the Xbox 360 still have any sort of significance to you?
The Xbox 360 definitely has significance to me. I mean, I played it so much. Like, if I look at the game, like, hours that I've spent on Xbox 360, it's probably heaps. Like, it's probably so much hours. And if you think about that in, like, just perspective to my life, like, it's a big part. So, of course, yeah, it's a big part, even today.
Yeah.
And like we're saying, I definitely do play the older games, and it's definitely on the 360.
Yeah. Despite playing it for like over 15 years, I did have a phase where I just stopped playing the 360 and kind of forgot about it for like 3-4 years. But
Yeah,
going back at
me
it,
too.
I just think to myself like, damn, how did I forget something that I played every single day for like 15 years, you know?
Literally.
The more you think about it, the more you really start to understand how much of an impact it had on our lives back then.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you think about it, I came home from school for what? You go to school for like 6-8 hours, and then I'm on the Xbox for 6-8 hours. Repeat that for years.
Exactly.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. If you could stay in one era of gaming forever, would you pick either the 80s/90s era, the 2000s/beginning 2010 era, or stick where gaming is at today?
Oh. See, I would, if I had to choose an era, it'd probably be like 2008 to 15.
Very fair.
Sorry, 2010s to 2020s. Reason why, I just feel like all the better CODs, in my opinion, started coming out towards that end. That was probably the years where I spent a lot of time on the 360. Like, more so, like, choosing to spend pretty much all my time on it. And, like, I hate to say it, but even if you think about the late 2010s, you've got games like Fortnite and all that coming out, like, really big games, GTA. So, yeah.
Last question I wanted to ask is, does this era of gaming still matter in 2025?
That's a good question. I would say to some people, yeah. Like, I think for us, like you and me, we love 360, so it's so easy to be in our bubble and think like, yeah, everyone loves Xbox 360.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the case. I feel like a lot of people don't even think about the era of like Xbox 360, PS3, that sort of stuff. But that being said as well, there's people that weren't even born during that time that are now getting into those games, and that's crazy to me. It's kind of trendy almost for like this sort of era of gaming.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always refreshing to see like the younger generation, like 12-year-olds, 13, even 8-year-olds playing the 360
Literally.
in like 2025.
Literally, it's so crazy. When I think about me when I was like 8 years old, I was not thinking, yeah, let me play the old games. Like, I was trying to play the new games.
Yeah.
So that is very crazy.
Mr. Once Faded, thank you for your time, man.
Of course, bro. Thank you for having me.
Of course, and keep up the great videos.
Hey, appreciate it, bro. You too.
Yes, sir. Mr. Camp Xbox, how are you doing today?
Doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for taking the time out of your day for this.
Oh, of course. No, it's always fun just sitting around talking about some classic games.
So your channel focuses a lot on the Xbox 360 and the Xbox original. And despite making your content being based around the 2000s era of gaming, do you catch yourself playing older or newer games more on your time off?
That's a good question, because yeah, I've been finding that recently I have gone back and I play older games in my free time. Just recently I pulled out the Sega Genesis and just was playing that for fun. I find the reason that I do that is because there's such a huge library of games out there from the past and just amazing classics, stuff that's infinitely replayable and really important games that we can go back to and enjoy. And I just always catch myself craving like a PS2 game or something, or of course for the channel, original Xbox games, and just hopping on those because they really did make incredible games back in those days. It's just so much fun to return to those. So
yeah, I agree. I find just the whole aesthetic, the gameplay, the graphics, even the sound effects and the OSTs, that older games and older companies in that era just offered way more authenticity and just, you know, more of a connection between the consumer and the supplier. I always thought it was a great trade offer. Nowadays, I feel like modern gaming, they tailor towards more selling rather than offering like an experience, you know?
yeah, and I like that too, the like authenticity, because that's a really good word. Because I find that more and more AAA games, it's more about selling you like a service, you know, live service gaming.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
That I don't love about modern gaming, like a game that's really trying to just take all your time, and there's so many of those types of games where it's like, we got a new battle pass, we got this new thing for you to do, and it's just it's tiring that every game I want to pick up, it wants me to like always stick around with it. And I feel like those older games, you know, you bought it and you can enjoy that whole experience and it would be the full game. You know what I mean? Like you didn't get like
it felt like a full game. It felt complete. Yeah.
Exactly. And like if you want to play it forever, you can, and that was completely your choice because you love that game, not because the game is asking you to constantly come back to it. You get what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, I feel like modern games lack replay value. Whereas, for example, old Call of Duties, I'm still playing the same Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2 after 15 years. Like, they just hold a replay value to them that I feel like modern games struggle to acquire these days.
Yeah.
Does the Xbox 360 itself and the games mean anything significant to you? Or is it just a random piece of technology with no sentimental value?
Oh, man. Yeah, no, it means so much to me, the Xbox 360. Not only for nostalgia purposes, you know, I have great memories of joining Xbox Live parties like this one and playing Halo Reach and having a great time with my friends, or even non-games, watching Netflix with a group of friends late at night, just watching random Netflix movies in an Xbox Live party. Those were great times, but not only that, the 360 is such an important piece of technology in gaming. I think the 6th and 7th generations defined what gaming would be after that, and the 360 has some of the best games ever made, and I think it's important to make sure that, or at least for me, I just want to be able to share, like, hey, this is a great console with games worth coming back to, and you really should check out some of these amazing games, or maybe even revisit them.
Yeah, exactly. The Xbox did its first stepping stone in the gaming industry where they connected two players between a microphone, you know? Simple gaming banter, you know, like trash talking. Just an authentic experience that no other console and company at the time offered.
Exactly. Like, it was the first streamlining of that, because we'd seen examples of that in gaming before it. But the 360 really felt like the first time, like, all of these ideas of online gaming and connecting to other gamers came together in such a, like, perfect storm of a way.
Yeah, now it's all connected through Discord, and nobody had to experience a shitty mic, like a shitty headset.
Some guy with the Kinect in Call of Duty, like you can hear like the baby crying in the background, and all of that. You know, it back then it was annoying, but now it's like, oh, that was a fun memory. I remember that. Yeah,
good times. If you could stay in one era of gaming forever, which era would you pick?
That's such a hard question. I do think it's a hard choice between the 6th and 7th generation, but I do think personally I'd go for the 6th generation, just because I feel like all those consoles were firing on all cylinders, not just the Xbox, but the PS2, the GameCube, even the Dreamcast, even though that failed, that console still has some incredible games. And just watching the progress, there's some really great fun arcadey games at the beginning of that, and then by the end of that, we were getting some amazing cinematic experiences, and just there's a whole mix of game types and styles throughout that generation. I can play like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, revisit that multiple times, but then just pick up some random game I never heard of, and it'll be a hit. It'll be like a short hidden gem. I don't know. I feel like the 6th generation also just means a lot to me too. So 7th generation definitely close behind it, because all for the same reasons too.
Yeah, I find that's very fair. Like before the 360, I grew up on the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, and those consoles really gave me an experience like no other. Like the worlds of Spyro the Dragon, 3D Pac-Man World 2, SpongeBob, Creatures of the Krusty Krab, like games like that really, for me, I really do like the graphics that era had to offer. I don't know, the gameplay, it just was such in a perfect unison that you just had to be there to understand it.
Yeah, I can agree with that. It just like, it was all coming together so well, gameplay and graphics, and I feel like budgets were smaller, and I feel like they could get away with experimenting more and trying different things and really getting like that gameplay and like all that style down, versus now I feel like games are more expensive, so they have to take safer bets on gameplay and elements like that. So I feel like that's what's really cool. Because of the lower budgets, I feel like we got more special games out of it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Does the Xbox 360 era still matter in 2025?
Yes, 100%. As somebody who really loves history, I find that it's so important to have these games and just look back on them and see where we came from. And I mean, I was talking about this the other day, that I feel like you still see so much of the 360 to this day. I feel like a lot of like core gameplay from the 360, you still see that to this day. I feel like a lot of great franchises started there, and just looking back on that and see how we got to where we are now is great. But also, they're just plain fun, amazing games on there that are just worth going back to. And it's also really nice in a day and age where games are going up. You know, game prices are getting really expensive, and you're spending a lot of money on a big new game. You know, a console like the 360 has so many great, affordable games. It definitely matters, and I think it's well worth going back, making sure these games are playable, archiving them, and all that. Even if it's like a game that you don't necessarily like. It's something I live by, is that like you can think of the worst game ever in your eyes, and that's someone's favorite game. And I think it's important to preserve every game because it means something to someone, right? And I think the 360 means a lot to a lot of people. So
I definitely agree, man. Honestly, couldn't have said it better. Mr. Camp Xbox, thank you very much, man.
No, thank you for having me on. I really appreciated having this talk with you.
Yeah, same here, man. Can't wait to see more videos you cook up and reviews within the Xbox.
Yeah, no, I got definitely a lot more coming up. Always working, always planning on some new stuff.
Exactly. Mr. Sacramento, how you doing today, bro?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to do this little interview.
Yeah, forward to it.
So your channel focuses primarily on the Xbox One/Series consoles as well as the 360. So my first question for you is, when you're not making any YouTube videos, do you tend to play more older or newer games?
To be honest, I'm balanced between both, because there are some old games that I still very much enjoy. There's Left 4 Dead 2, Black Ops 2. To me, those games are timeless. Then, you know, graphics don't matter to me much as they matter to a lot of people. So, for example, there's like modern games like State of Decay 2, like all these modern games that are fun. I don't really care about the graphics in those games, just like the storyline of those games and all that. And all that seems to be like improved than those older games, to be honest. But those older games have like so much playability in them. They're simple, but they're really so fun. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like older games have more content and replay value compared to modern games.
Yeah.
I find microtransactions is a heavy topic that people like tend to disagree with, but honestly I feel like every business should make some sort of money as long as they're giving the value back to the consumer, you know?
Yeah, and to be honest, these older games, I mean, for example, the DLC for Black Ops 2, it was never a pay-to-win type of scheme. It was more like, if you don't have it, it doesn't matter, you still have fun and you can still play it, and you don't have an advantage. But in these new, you know, Call of Duty games, it's basically pay to win, you know? You're buying these Thunder Packs or whatever and get all these extra perks and benefits compared to someone who doesn't want to pay for all that stuff, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Does the Xbox 360 still have any sort of significance to you?
Yes, and it always will. I emphasize that a lot. The 360 changed my life. And without it, my childhood would have been great either way, but it added on to my childhood. Like, when I was growing up with the 360, the only thing I looked forward to when I was in school is, I can't wait for this day to end so I could go home and play Modern Warfare 2, work on getting a nuke, whatever, play with my friends after school, hopping on in a party on a Friday night.
Yeah.
It was the best feeling ever, and no matter what kind of struggles I had in life growing up, whether I'm being bullied, I'm having a bad day, whatever, the 360 was there for me to escape that reality and forget all about it, playing, with my friends all night long and meeting new people. Because the 360 was more social than what video games are social now. I'm pretty sure a lot of people could agree with that.
Yeah.
So it was easy to make friends and meet new people back then. And today, the 360, I think about it every day. It's still a significant part of my life. It always will be.
Honestly, I can relate to how it was back then. I had struggles as well with my life. And I feel like, yeah, to each their own, it could be like a piece of metal and just, I'll play it whenever. But like for people like me and you, it was kind of like an escape. Like I would go home and I would have like 15 to 20 friends online. I was in a clan, Call of Duty clan, and I was talking to all kinds of people, 30-year-olds, 15. It was a whole demographic of all kinds of people across the world. And it made it so special and inclusive.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier about playability, those earlier games, they had a lot of playability, and I never got bored of it. It's just, there's so many possibilities of these online games because everyone had a mic. You could just lose a game and not be mad about it because you still had fun trash talking with other people, playing with your friends, and just having those funny moments. And I feel like this may be a little unrelated, but back when I was growing up with the 360, there was a YouTuber called Vanoss making those Black Ops 2 videos.
Yeah.
That
legend.
That really heavily inspired me that, video games are not about just winning and grinding. It's all about having fun with your friends, and that stuck with me to this day.
Yeah, man, Vanoss, bro, such a legendary content creator, man. I used to watch his videos back to back, the pun cake on Black Ops 2 and all that. I remember like the news and like articles would be like, oh, video games make kids more violent.
Yeah, I feel like those people that say video games cause violence, those are complete BS, no matter how violent a video game is. I've seen your videos, those nostalgia videos, and you see the type of significant friendships and memories you make playing those quote-unquote violent video games. Like, video games don't cause violence. I think better parenting does and all that stuff, not video games.
Yeah, I agree. I agree fully, honestly. If you could stay in one era of gaming forever, would you pick the 80s/90s era, the 2000s/beginning 2010 era, or stick to where gaming is at today?
Well, considering I don't really have experience in the 80s and 90s era, I'd probably say I gotta pick both, because the thing is, I have a lot of fun playing video games today. I don't deny that some video games today are fun, and I make some great friends today. But, back then, it was just different. In 2009, all these great video games were released for the Xbox 360, and that's just like my opinion that these games were great, There was Left 4 Dead 2, Modern Warfare 2, Beatles Rock Band. I feel like I could play those games for the rest of my life in that era and just never be bored.
Yeah.
Because you have all these other people playing it as well. Those games aren't dead.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so much playability to them. Then, you had Black Ops 1 that got released. I don't know if you ever heard of Sticks and Stones in that game.
Yeah.
You knife someone, humiliation, people rage. That was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
I would do anything to go back to those times, hearing those people rage in that bad mic quality and all that.
It was more of a personal connection between like a console, a game, and the consumer, Like I feel like also like society as a whole, outside of gaming, was just totally different.
You know what I really miss are those midnight releases.
Yeah.
Those were really hyped up. Today with the marketplace, you can just buy a game. As a kid, going to a midnight release, you felt so free. You're standing in line to get the new COD game, you're meeting new people, and you just can't wait to go home and play that game all night.
Does the Xbox 360 still matter in 2025?
Yes and no. Obviously they don't make those consoles anymore. In terms of playability and all that, yes, it does matter, but at the same time, it doesn't. Obviously, the 360 marketplace, it shut down last year in 2024. And you can't really buy games for it anymore. You can still pop in a disc and, you know, play online, which is great. I'm glad they didn't shut down the servers for the 360. But some of those games on the 360, most of them, they're available on Game Pass, which you could play on your Series X or Next Gen, which I feel is a gift from Microsoft, to be honest. As many bad things as Microsoft done, I very much love what Microsoft did with these old games. You could play them on Next Gen. Then there are other games that aren't available for Next Gen. For example, Beatles Rock Band. That game wasn't that popular back then, but, you know, I grew up with it. It introduced me to this whole world of music, and I love it to this day. I still have my 360 plugged in by my TV every time because there's that one chance that I do want to play in 2025. So in terms of that, yes, it very much does matter 360 to play those games and all that. Also, if you want to visit an old account or see your old friends list, or anything like that, yes, the 360 does matter in that regard as well. If you still have your 360, don't get rid of it. Keep it. I get emotional thinking of those memories, but you really do need to keep your 360 and play those games. Because if you think about it, the 360, it's like, what, 20 years old now?
Yeah.
I think it's 20 years old now. Wow. That console, the service on that console is not going to last forever. I feel like it's important to cherish those memories and all that, because one day you're going to turn your console on and you're not going to be able to access Xbox Live on it.
Yeah, I agree. I have to agree with that. You know, like there's definitely a lot of games that are non-backwards compatible and honestly left in the dust. You know, like indie games. Despite them shutting down in 2017, there's still people playing them, believe it or not, like on random Monday nights or Tuesday afternoons. It just goes to show that like this era hasn't been completely forgotten and it still somewhat matters in 2025.
I have something more to add on to the 360. I'm sure other people could agree with me that the next gen is so like over the top. Like the whole menu is so overcomplicated. On a 360, you just press the middle button on your controller. You have everything there you need, neatly organized.
Yeah, I wish they like kept avatars on like the home page, like the dashboard. You know.
I remember on the 360, like logging onto an old 360 account and then like seeing your friends that no longer go online. You see their avatars looking down with the they're sleeping. That's so sad, dude.
But Mr. Sacramento Love, I appreciate the time that you took for this interview, and I can't wait to see what you come up with on YouTube regarding your content, man. Keep up the great work.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say the same thing. I love your nostalgia videos. Keep it up, because I love those. So I can't wait to see more. And it's been an honor talking to you like this.
Oh yeah, appreciate you, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too, man. See you around.
Now this last conversation might be one of my favorite conversations I've had in a while on this console. It really goes to show that gamers in this era really share a lot in common and how easy it was and still is to make great connections within the Xbox 360. Alright, let's go see what Infected got to offer. Frozen game, I'm guessing. Shit. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of it.
Okay, get over it.
Yeah, we got this, we got this. No! What the hell? GG's.
That's a good game.
Yeah. Joined hella late, but fuck it. Oh, you on Xbox One right now, J-Dog?
Yeah, Series X.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. What about yourself?
Yeah, I'm on a 360 with it.
Oh, nice.
Straight classic.
Yeah, man.
W. Yeah, I haven't spoken in voice chat in this game in a long time. No! Pussy clap! Fuck, I died way too soon.
Oh, mate. I literally just died by a random pro knife. I was trying to knife my teammate. Giving him a little South London treatment.
Hey, yo! I'm in the middle of making a video right now, and I was wondering if I could interview you. Ask a couple questions.
Yeah, go on.
Does this even work? Can you hear me?
Hey. Yes, sir.
Oh, you can hear me.
But yeah, I'm just making a video on asking Xbox 360 players specific questions. I'm assuming you played this like way long ago, like 10 years ago.
Yeah, oh, yeah, when it came out, man.
As of right now in 2025, do you play more older or newer games?
Older games. Straight up. All the old games. So I play like Modern Warfare 3. I play GTA 4. I went through all the GTA 4 stuff. That was quite fun. But yeah, I stay on Modern Warfare 3 with all the boys. Like, I know pretty much half the people in this lobby, which is quite funny. We all still play it.
Oh, that's dope. So, like, Modern Warfare 3 is your favorite COD?
Oh, my favorite game, man. My favorite game.
Shit, I've met one of my kind. No way.
There you go, yeah. But there's a whole sea of us, man. There's a whole sea of people that play this game like every day, every night. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's dope. I play every like 2-3 days about, and when I stream, I try to populate some infected lobbies and whatnot.
Yeah, man.
That's dope.
Do it. There's a lot of English people that play it. I know that, so it's good.
Yeah, I was on COD Ghost trying to interview people, and there's so many people from the UK on that. Like as of right now, it's actually crazy.
Huh? There's no surprises, man. Yeah, I know, it's quite funny. These guys all know I'm also mixed race as well. I'm brown, and the amount of racial jokes that get chucked my direction is it's quite funny. It takes me back to 2011.
Exactly, that's what I'm about to say. It's technically like the 360 experience from like 15 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Nowadays, you would get like a strike on like modern consoles.
Yeah, it's terrible, man. Part of the game was voice chat and like, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, all the new CODs are shit. GTA 5, I've got like over 120 days in.
Yeah.
And that game's like more than dead, and also they just don't have any care for it. Yeah, it's tough, man. But all the older games were so much better. Like this is when they you know, they were competing and stuff. Like they had, the whole market wasn't just owned by 3 companies, you know.
Exactly.
Compete and have innovation, and that's why they made game modes like Infected, where we met, because, you know, it's just fun. It's just fun, you know. The companies are having fun rather than trying to make money, you know.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a community game mode, like gun game or something.
Oh yeah, gun game. I mean, the gun game literally came out the COD before this. That was Black Ops 1. That gun game came out, you know. And then the COD before that was Modern Warfare 2, which was arguably one of the best CODs of all time, if not the best, you know.
Exactly.
And they introduced kill streaks, like, you know, within the 5 years they went from like World at War all the way to what, like Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2. But this game was my first proper one, like when I played it in its prime and everything. Yeah, it's good shit, man. They just don't do it the same way anymore.
Nah, they really don't. Does the Xbox 360 itself and the games mean anything significant to you?
Oh man, it's childhood. It's it's nostalgia. It's what I grew up. You know, I used to get bullied quite a lot at school, so I guess, like, you know, I guess Xbox was that one place I could find peace, you know, and not get into trouble. I lived in quite a rough area in London as well, where a lot of stabbings, crime, you know, really bad things happened.
Yeah.
You know, drug dealers everywhere. There was riots down my road, 2011 riots. That was in Peckham area. Yeah, there was like literal riots about 50 meters from me down the road. That was basically history of that. But basically, yeah, no, this game sort of kept me occupied away from all that shit and kept me out of trouble. You know, the irony is they say that, you know, games cause violence, but briefly, I think it's
quite the opposite.
For me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I could relate to that. Like back then, like I had a lot of like family problems, and like just I still live in like a dangerous neighborhood, you know, like there's people getting shot, and in Canada it's kind of like crazy. Oh, I'm in Canada, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean my neighborhood's not great now, but it's a lot. Yeah, it's not as bad as where I was before. I mean, I was in like a proper ghetto area. Like I was basically in the projects of London. You know, it was really bad, like really bad. It was not good.
Yeah, fuck. I've been in so many fucked up situations that like I'll never forget, like almost getting robbed and seeing like crazy shit. But like when I would just turn on my 360, it's like I would just forget about everything that just kind of happened. I used to have like a clan to play. We would play Modern Warfare 3 every single day. I would study the maps in high school with that big ass book.
Oh, you're a little sweat.
Yeah. Capture the flag though. That was good times.
Classic, man. Demolition, sabotage.
Yeah, bro. Fuck.
Do you remember Money in the Dank as well? Do you remember that?
Money, yeah, MITD. Oh, that's I've been trying to find the acronym for that for the longest time. I forgot it.
Money in the Dank.
Yeah, yeah, Money in the Dank. Yeah.
So good, man.
I'm so glad they kept Modern Warfare 3 It's such a like underrated playlist.
Oh, Modern Warfare 3 did you say? Modern Warfare 3
Yeah.
That was so good. Yeah. Remember Michael Myers? You play Michael Myers as well.
Michael Myers, yeah. Modern Warfare 2.
Classic, man.
Yo, I gotta do that again. We gotta get that running up again.
I remember being in the party and like I used to be Michael Myers, and there's like the black man's coming, and it was like, like screaming.
Oh man.
And they'd throw shot
I would
charges
love
at me and everything.
Oh man,
so funny,
especially Infected, like Modern Warfare 3, I would know all the spots, all the glitch spots.
Man, all the
Downturn was the best Infected map in my opinion. Like the spots on that.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you get hate for that. Oh, okay. In private mode, it's good. In online, it's terrible because they patched.
Oh yeah, before they patched all the spots. Yeah, exactly.
I remember when they didn't even have like throwing knives in it.
Yeah.
So good.
If you could stay in one era of gaming forever, would you pick either the 80s/90s era, the 2000s/beginning 2010s era, or stick to where gaming is at today?
Probably like, I think peak gaming was like about golden era of COD for me, definitely. I think that's when gaming hit its absolute peak in terms of technology, but wasn't a monopoly, wasn't companies trying to milk people for money, you know?
Exactly.
I mean, so much has happened, you know, in that era, 2005 to 2015, you know, that's when gaming was at its real peak.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately, you know, I think as time went on, a lot of the monopolies, and not just in gaming, in most of the markets as well around the world, including film, which is the sector I kind of work in. Films have dropped off so much since then too. You know, they're one of the first things.
Yeah.
Hollywood's terrible now.
Yeah, it's so sad. Everything is streamed.
Yeah. Well, not just that, but it's all low effort trash. You know, it's low effort writing. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Same actors over and over again. Not terrible actors.
Not gonna lie,
you know.
I don't really watch a lot of movies. I just watch like Family Guy and shit. Never gets old for
I
me.
think old school Family Guy was the best. Like, I think the new seasons are just like arse, man.
Oh, this R38 guy has Koba as his clan tag. W. So safe to say you would rather just stay in the 2010 era.
For gaming, yeah. Well, maybe like around the 2010 era anyway. For gaming,
yeah, fair enough.
I think that was kind of the best of all worlds. People are still appreciating games like San Andreas, even in that era as well. You know,
yeah.
So it's fair enough. I mean, look at even the people voting for these maps. Like, it's 15 votes. You know, 14 votes for Dome.
That's crazy.
You know, 3 people in the lobby didn't vote. In fact, I don't think I voted there. I'm pretty sure I didn't even vote. So, one of the 3, I didn't even vote. But, man, it's just so active. People love this game, and people clearly like this era. And I think if they did games like this more often, you know, I think people would actually play them. I mean, I played Black Ops 6. I got to Prestige Master when the game came out. I sweated it out.
Wow, damn.
And, yeah, I got Dark Matter. I was going to get the Dark Matter and Zombies as well. And then I just gave up, man. It was just shit.
Yeah.
The skill-based matchmaking was eating me up, man. It was horrible.
Does the Xbox 360 still matter in 2025?
Oh, well, I mean, the Xbox 360 itself, sort of like the SNES in a way. It's like, I wouldn't necessarily say the console itself matters, like, but the games on it does, you know. I think the consoles themselves had so many problems back then, like the Red Ring of Death. And kids don't even know what that is nowadays.
Yeah.
But if you got one of them, you'd want to kill yourself. Like, you'd want to throw yourself off the balcony if you got a Red Ring of Death.
Facts.
And I was literally like the Herobrine of fucking consoles.
Oh, Herobrine, yeah.
Oh, kids probably don't even know what Herobrine is, like. But, you know, if you heard of the Red Ring of Death,
lore.
you literally want to kill yourself. You know, the games that came out, oh my god, like, and obviously they weren't flawless, but just the amount of love that was put into them, you know. But also don't even sleep, like, don't sleep as well on, like, the Nintendo Wii as well.
Yeah.
Oh man, when that shit came out, that shit was the bomb. Playing like fucking Wii Resort, because this is before I could get an Xbox. I played on the Wii.
Yeah, same.
You know, Bully, Wii Resort. I used to love that Lego Batman. Oh my god,
classic
that's my
one.
Childhood Lego Batman. I played that. Classic, man. Lego Indiana Jones, man.
In my opinion, I believe that the console is just as important because, like, when you load up the Xbox One, I don't know about you, but when I would load up my 360, it had so much like of a personality and just like a color and nice sound effects. Like when you open up the Wii. It has that nice instrumental. I don't know. There was something about the consoles that felt way more lively. Like, it's so much more like passionate.
I find that the performance on the Xbox Series X is miles better than even playing these old games are miles better on the.
No, for sure, yeah, definitely.
Miles better than the 360. But the games itself are timeless. They're absolutely timeless. You know,
I just wish like developers and like companies in this day and age would just add more effort in like the UIs and like when you load up a console, you know?
Man.
Like look at the Switch 2. The Switch 2 looks stupid similar to the Switch 1. Like even when you load up the GameCube, you know, like that iconic boot up, like they just don't make it anymore like that. Man. Yeah.
Nah, they don't, man.
I just feel like that's such an important factor in like your gaming experience when you load up a console.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, like the personality of the console, man. It was, you know, you own that product. You don't really own it anymore, do you?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not yours.
Everything's licensed and whatnot, and we continued to talk for quite a while about random games, moments in the past, and of our personal lives. But I ended up cutting out some personal information that J-Dog was telling me for privacy reasons. But all I'm gonna say is that you really can bump into just about anyone on these old games.
my life. You never know who you can meet on these lobbies, man.
That's
you can meet
actually
anyone.
crazy. Wow. Yeah. That's so funny. Are you sure I can't put that in the video?
Nah, please don't.
Okay, no worries.
Please don't. Keep it a secret. Keep it a secret.
I promise. I promise.
Oh, thank you.
That's pretty cool.
Sick, man. Oh, kudos, man. It's so good to see someone like actually like go and do it.
Hell yeah. Keep it up, man. That's great. Especially at years old. That's amazing.
Hey, and to you, man. There's not a lot of people out there doing it. They're all too busy sucking on vapes and watching TikToks and stuff, man. So.
Exactly. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for taking the time to answer my questions.
Hey, no worries, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for your time. All right, my man. I'll see you soon, yeah?
See ya, man.
All right, take it easy. Peace.
Peace. And there you have it, folks. Another beautiful, nostalgic blast to the past, interviewing a good amount of Xbox 360 players. I really enjoyed getting to know you guys in these public lobbies, as well as including great creators within the space. I think it's pretty clear that no matter what the future holds, the culture of this era shall truly never die. With that being said, I want to thank you all for watching yet another classic Cobatine video. And if you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, swag on, stay lit, and thank you for your undying love and support. As always, take it easy.